out, they would have had a stern talking to Drew Mitchell.
Yeah, certainly a few things they need to address in their second half. The defence, the opportunities they're giving the Wild Knights are just too many. We've seen every time this Wild Knights have had the opportunity, they've taken it. A couple of substitutions on it, Tukafua. But also, they also need to build some pressure in attack with ball in hand. Otete Black needs more options in and around him. Start making them make decisions as opposed to just having a full defensive line and just coming up, making the tackle. And Otete Black having no other option but to go to the boot and giving the ball back to the Wild Knights.
James Moore is trying hard, but Shiny Arcs need to have a big second half here. Black sends the ball down just inside the 22. Shota Fukui receiving the kickoff, and the ball going through the hands. Straightening is Riley. Shiny Arcs looking to get over the ball. Big Mark Abbott. The carry up towards the 22 line. Cuts it up. Puts it down in a touch, up towards halfway.
Wild Knights just having a bit of a look, a couple of plays, seeing if they could breach the line of the Shining Arcs and then drop him back into the pocket, getting some good ground with their kick. Shining Arcs here, they need to get on top of the set piece here this afternoon.
Jeffries, the line-out target, and here's Tukafuka. The first touch, Black, and it is Hongo who gets caught behind the advantage line. Good tackle by Dylan Riley. Jeffries, the standing start. And Black has to opt to the boot. Korombete sends it downtown, and big chase from Marika.
Inside 50, stay blue.
Ishii. Paso and now Noguchi. Look for the touchline, and again, not his best kick, but safely finds touch up near halfway. Ball falls for the Wild Knights. Here's Gunter and looks to pick it up, just to pop it up off the deck, and Moore finds himself into a bit of room. Over the ball though. Oh, that's beautifully done. It was Fukui.
It's a good carry from Moore. Such a good carry that got isolated somewhat. Arriving place of the Shining Arcs, just not in a good position, not in a powerful enough position to push Fukui off the ball. And it's been the story of the game so far for the Shining Arcs, doing something well and then immediately followed by an error or a turnover.
Shota Fukui, he was under the tutelage at the Wild Knights of David Pocock, Matt Todd, Sam Whitelock, so we saw a bit of David Pocock there, didn't we, over the ball?
Man, there, Rob Penny searching for some answers here this afternoon. His opposite, Robbie Deans, has his measure so far here this afternoon.
That one has to be tightened up by Fukui, and Takayama takes it into contact. So, Wild Knights getting their formations going. Here's Abbott. Nagaki. And now they get the Caterpillar ruck going. Fujita looking for a contestable kick, and chasing it hard is Takayama, but it's gone into touch on the full. So little error there from Keisuke Uchida.
They're just not quite getting square enough on that kick, getting the leg around, just fading to the touchline.
And first man play to Tukafuka off the line out. Black floating it wide. Gates with the chip ahead, but Riley is there to clean it up. Needs some help though. Dylan Riley. Shining Arcs win the penalty. That's better.
Yeah, it's good work from Gates and Ishii. Ball goes in behind. Gates puts it over the defensive line for the Wild Knights, but then Riley goes to ground, and straight away we see Ishii and Gates straight on that ball, working in unison. Too hard to shift, and now Otere Blacks put them in a great position here to have the first say of the second half.
If you bought your tickets down this end of the Prince Chichibu Memorial Ground, you're getting your money's worth today, because there's been plenty of action in this corner, and Jeffries drags it down. Can they get some forward momentum now? Riot Miura in control. He looks up, but working his way through the middle was Cornelson, and he's underneath it. He's latched onto the ball, and it's a turnover. The Wild Knights do so well, and Jack Cornelson, he comes up trumps.
Impressive play there from Cornelson. Just working his way through the centre of this driving maul. Not only are they good at it attacking-wise, but defensively, Wild Knights, more specifically Cornelson, coming through and shutting down the attack of the Shining Arcs.
Well, that's a chance gone begging, you have to say, for the Shining Arcs. They were well in control in that maul. Just a moment of indecision from Miura. And Jack Cornelson latched on. There's Hirano.
He's loving it. Scrum time, set piece time. He knows he's got the measure so far this afternoon of his opposite, which brings a smile to his face.
You can see him really relishing this battle. Shohei Hirano, 29-year-old, played Super Rugby for the Sunwolves. Big scrum, penalty advantage. They get the full arm and they're happy.
Urano, Sakate, Nagaki doing the work up front. This is what we spoke about as well, Swaney. The Shining Arcs have gone from a great opportunity, driving more in the 5 metres from their own line. Well defended. Now scrum time, gets the penalty, and all of a sudden, the Wild Knights are 45 yards up the pitch.
Yeah, they really have struggled to put any chances that they've had and turn them into points. Still a big fat donut on the score sheet for them. The Wild Knights comfortable, 29-0 leaders. Gunter down to Uchida, Aso out the back to Matsuda, and here's Korombete. Korombete wasn't held, got up and went again. Fukui. Matsuda. Riley, big body, and finds the man on the outside. Takayama. Clear under the line. And that's his second for the afternoon.
Great finish from Takayama. Too much speed on the outside. Good lead-up play as well. This little run here from Riley, just get on the outside and straight away knew that Israel Flower was closing. Shifts the pass out to Takayama, and he's got too much pace, and he's also sporting a huge grin here this afternoon.
Big smiles. Takayama has scored either side of half time. And the Wild Knights extend their lead, 34 points to nil. It was that work from Dylan Riley, wasn't it?
Yeah, just slipped on the outside, got himself in some space, and just good presence of mind to identify Israel Flowers closing, but having the skill set to execute the pass on the outside to Takayama.
Still a pretty strong breeze here in Tokyo. Flags are up. Lovely kick from Matsuda. 36-0. Wild Knights. Shot to Horie. 66 caps for Japan. Vastly experienced. And Takeuchi for the Shining Arcs coming onto the field. So a nice early break for Atsushi Sakate. Solid 50 minutes from him. Nagaki. Chida and Noguchi clearing down the center of the field. But it's Otere Black who does a little show and go with Israel Folau. Yumoto to Tupou. Bit more energy here from the Shining Arcs all of a sudden. Gates in the wide channels. Here's Tupou again. Double effort. But over the top was Lachlan Bashir. The big body of Lachlan Bashir.
It's good carry again from Jimmy Tupou, getting over the line that we saw straight away. Jeffries goes off feet, as well as Miura, and that just allows an opportunity to open up for that man Bashir, and he doesn't need too many invitations to get a turnover like that.
So shot to Horie. He's a cult hero up here in Japan. And also Asaeli Aivalu on the field as well. Gunter, not contested at the front. Arsaw over the advantage line. Quick ball for Gunter. Riley trying to get the arms free.
Jimmy Tupou on that occasion getting over the ball. Dylan Riley with the carry, getting his shoulders through, bending the defensive line. Just on a rare occasion for the Wild Knights, just missing their targets at the breakdown.
It's a nice touch finder from Otere Black. With the breeze behind them in this second half. Again, the Shining Arcs with the bulk of the territory, but just can't come up with points at the moment. Takeuchi throwing into the line out, and again finds Jeffries. Takeuchi with the wraparound. And Horie finds himself in between the man and the ball and fires the pass out to Noguchi, who's elusive. Puts it up. And Takayama He can do it all. Beautiful touch finder.
Just coming in off his wing, give him an option a little bit wider out from Matsuda. Getting the angle right. Great execution on that kick.
So Ryo Miura still on the field. Well won there by Moore. And here's Tukufuka. The familiar pink boots of black. Sends it wide to Folau. Folau stays on his feet, stays strong, Israel Folau. It takes 3 Wild Knights to bring him down. Black to Tupou. Well defended by Fukui. Black in a flat ball. Here's Tukufuka, but Moore can't drag it in, and Cornelson finds himself in some space up the far touchline. Uchida gets some interference as he looked to clear that ball, but it's play on. Matsuda, Horia, nice ball out the back. Noguchi, here's Korombete. Well read by Shane Gates. Horia, again the second man play. And Fukui spinning and beating all the tackles up to the 22. Korombete with a loose pass over the top. And Riley can't drag it in. So the Wild Knights attack just comes apart with that loose pass.
Yeah, a little scoop or shovel pass there from Marika Korombete. Saw earlier the Shining Arc starting to build pressure. And then Tukufuka with an error on the end of it gives the opportunity back to the Wild Knights.
And it falls for the Wild Knights. Inagaki wins it. Gunter getting low. It's Cornelson. Ball has popped out for Uchida. They have penalty advantage, and Gunter with a deft little offload there to Abbott, and a chance now for the Wild Knights. Arso loading a big pass over towards the far touchline, but the whistle goes. It was the Shiny Axe caught offside. Yeah, so Ryo Miura off his feet. Niban, you heard there, which means number 2.
And Matsuda straight away goes to the line out, wants to put more pressure on the Shining Arcs. Saw 2 from Sakate in the first half. Now it's Shota Horier's turn to just drive things at the back of this driving wall.
That one not straight. So a let off for the Shining Arcs.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. Obviously, they had all the advantage in the first 50 minutes with the starting front row at set piece time, scrum time as well. So we'll see how he goes at scrum time. Shota Horier. He'll be disappointed coming on and missing the mark. We'll see the experience of Greg Laidlaw about to enter the fray.
Yeah, 76 Scotland caps for Greg Laidlaw. Scotland taking on England in the Six Nations this evening.
They'll be tuning in live on Stan Sport.
And Sky New Zealand as well. Yeah. It's going to be a cracking tournament, the Six Nations this year. It's so close.
It is. quite liking the French. Been impressive what they've been doing the last 12 months, building a really deep squad.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Again, trouble at scrum time.
We've got a couple of replacements come on in this second half, just having to adapt, make some small adjustments.
Bind.
So the short arm for the Shining Arcs and gives Ted Black a chance to belt it upfield. Doesn't find touch though. Noguchi, high and chasing. Contestable, does well in the air, Noguchi to pop it back for Fukui. Cornelson, now Korombete. Still in the 22, looking for support. I say Eli Vali, oh, smashed by Sam Jeffries. The red missed. Here's Uchida, Matsuda, and Cornelson back on the inside. Good quick ball. Matsuda, Aso, the little pop pass to Noguchi, who strolls his way through. And another try for the Wild Knights.
A good finish from Noguchi off a nice pass from Vince Aso, but in the build-up play, a really important clean from Marika Korombete to help them retain the ball. And Vince Aso just holding it up, almost directing Noguchi to hit that line with the pass. A couple of nice right foot steps. Gets in the inside of the Shining Arcs defense. Gets himself on the score sheet.
Through those set of phases from the Wild Knights, there was quite a few back on the angle passes and runs. Obviously something they've been working at. Back against the grain. And trouble for the Shining Arcs. So Matsuda, flags go up again. And that's 43 points to nil in this second half. And Greg Laidlaw coming onto the field now with a mountain to climb, you have to say.
Number of replacements coming on in the Shining Arcs. They need to change something. I'd like to see them maybe go for a contestable here, give themselves a chance of getting the ball in hand. Change it up.
Alex McKenzie on the field for the Shining Arcs. Played his rugby in Washington in the United States. This one is more contestable, but it falls for Tupo. So Eli Ivalu was isolated. It was Alex McKenzie getting over the top. So a good first involvement from the replacement. Can the Shining Arcs make this one pay?
Shoke Kin just getting a knock on the top of the head there. for a HIA.
And first tackle bumped off by Tone Tukufuka and driving the legs up towards the 5. Laidlaw quickly to Tupou, but that one's ripped free. Still driving towards the line, but the whistle goes. It was a knock on in that last little tackle / ruck.
Yeah, referee couldn't see it, but went to his referee's assistant on the sideline. Got the call late, but it was the correct call.
Hadley Parks coming onto the field for the Wild Knights. A bit of Six Nations feel here in the Japan League One.
Dylan Riley coming off for Hadley Parks. He just copped a big bump from Tone Tukufuka.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Good scrum from the Wild Knights. And they get the full-arm advantage. A little chip ahead, looking for Korombeta, who's flying through, but Walter Black has to dive on it and slides over the sideline. Will come back for the penalty.
A good scrum from the Wild Knights on their own line. Felt they had the ascendancy, kept the ball in, got the full-arm penalty. Now Matsuda steps up to get him out of their own 22.
So 15 to play. And again, the Wild Knights just absorbing the pressure from the Shining Arcs and then heading back upfield. Yusuke Tokota coming onto the field for the Japan International, Keta Inagaki. Ball falls for the replacement, Koyama. Kui pops it at the back, Gunter. So they're heading backwards here, the Wild Knights, but resettle it. Hodiet. Strong carry. Penalty advantage. Bumping off is Hasegawa. Another advantage. Mizaki. As you heard, referee Kubo there, hands past the ball.
Yeah. Not making a genuine attempt at the turnover. Good little eyes up play there from the replacement halfback to shoot through, feeling the presence of that defensive line shooting up on the outside.
So Taiki Koyama and Matsuda in tandem now for the Wild Knights.
Yeah, give it time, give it time. Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Been a good contest at line-out time today. Both teams pinching a couple.
Give it time.
So Eli Ivalu just passing on the message to Shota Horie. Gunter does well, wins it in the air. Here's Koyama and Korobete. Up and goes again. Oriet. Minamaki. Asagawa. Wild Knights just jabbing away at the Shining Arcs line here. Oriet just standing and assessing his options.
Little tap dance there from Horier also.
Tokota. Oh, inside ball for Tupou. It's a lovely little play, but they're over it. The Shining Arcs. It's well done there by Takeuchi.
Nice little line there from Samisi Tupou. But again, just getting in behind that line and the arriving players struggling to get there first.
What's the reason for? No, we can't stop the game for contact already. Yeah, 本当.
Just need a pair of goggles like the doctor there, team doctor.
Let's go.
Adi Savea.
Yeah, that's right. They'll play on quickly. Here's Laidlaw and Tukafuka. Oh, big bump. But Wild Knights turn it over. And unplayable. So, and Gunter was over that though. Had won the turnover, you'd think.
Some good carries from Tukafuka since coming on. Jimmy Tupou going up into the second row for the Shining Arcs.
Fight! Sit! Good, good!
Well, Teddy back. Oh, lovely ball and lovely line from Tukafuka. Making good ground, and now with the penalty advantage, or Teddy Black, chip across field, and it's well done there by Ishii, and he kicks ahead. Tupou has to tidy up. They drive over the Shining Arcs. Chance for them. Tupou, long ball out to Mizaki, and here's Folau, Israel Folau. Finally crosses the line for the Shining Arcs.
Shining Arcs on the score sheet for the first time this afternoon. Some good lead-up play. Jimmy Tupou, strong pass out wide, but good presence of mind to play it back inside rather than going outside. Some good footwork from Israel Folau, and he certainly knows his way over the try line.
That's the energy the Shining Arcs have needed from minute one. But it's taken until after the 70th minute for them to cross the line. And strikes it straight into the right-hand upright. So score remains 43 points to 5. Folau, the try scorer for the Shining Arcs.
He hasn't had too many opportunities this afternoon. We're looking to get the ball in some space a little bit more. This final 8 minutes of the match.
Ryutaro Ueda on the field for Onoku. With about 7 minutes to play. Gates. Black. Oh. Skills there from Tukafuka. And it's still there for McKenzie. It's loose play from the Shining Arcs. Moore, big tummy. Runs into a wall of Wild Knights, and the Wild Knights win the penalty.
Easy boy, easy boy. Just leave it, just leave it. It's the same time. It's time.
Laidlaw chesting up there to his opposing halfback.
The wily veteran up against the youngster.
Couple of flyweights.
But he was fast, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, we'll do.
Ben Gunter just grasping at that neck. Doesn't look good. Looks in some discomfort. Here's Matsuda. Puts it into touch right on the 5 metre line. So another opportunity here for the Wild Knights and their devastating maul. Redine's putting the pen away with a few minutes to play. My work is done here, he says. Gunter wins it at the front. They stay on their feet. Hotier in possession. Moore's gone through the middle. Has he? No. And they're going to continue to drive this one forward. Nunamaki with the ball in hand now. Finally, the ball hits the deck. Penalty advantage. Parks finds nobody. Noguchi has to trap it with his feet and then runs through. Noguchi, 5 out. Koyama under pressure. Here's Matsuda. Hotier sends it wide. Korombete. They wrap him up well, but Korombete gets rid of the ball and finds Fukui. All while under advantage.
Marika found himself in some space, but the pass just took all his momentum from him. Had to step back infield. Under penalty advantage for Greg Laidlaw. Not listening to the referee, just a little offside. They have options here, the Wild Knights.
Always nice to have options. Time ticking down in this one. It's been a comprehensive performance from the Wild Knights. Shining Arcs will have to go back to the drawing board now. Even a better performance in the second half from them. But too little, too late. This is well-formed maul. Hotier being driven towards the touchline. Now changes direction. Koyama. Hadley Parks. Vince Arsaw brought down just a metre short. And over the ball. Oh, it's beautiful work by Tone Tukafuka to snuff out that chance.
Yeah, Vince Arsaw so close. Coming short of the try line, but also not able to get that ball back. Tone Tukafuka straight over the ball.
Jimmy Tupou and James Moore playing what looks like the full 80. Black and long pass. Gates can't drag it in. Here's Arso. Hadley Parks looking for Marika Korombete on the inside, who finds Horrier. Oh, great hands to Noguchi, and over the line, Nunamaki, but he's held up. Desperate from the Shining Arcs.
Yeah, great defense there to hold the ball up over the line. Good hands here from Marika onto Horrier. Noguchi may have had the momentum himself had he kept going for it. Decided to offload, and just great defense in the end.
So we'll play the line drop out here. And Black makes it a contestable one, but it's an easy take for Cornelson. Koyama. Standing start for Hasegawa. Come back short side. Here's Korombete. To put his Wild Knights through a hole. Koyama ripped the ball off by Ben Gunter. Kota. Koyama again. Otere Black and Asaeli Ivalu charging into the line. Pumping off the first tackle was Horrier. Taking it back on the angle. 7 phases, 8 phases, and a chance now. Oh, it's a beautiful ball out to Arso, who again is brought down just a metre out. They get up and go again to the Wild Knights, but just inches away from the touchline and the goal line. Here's Fukui, reaches out. Shota Fukui with the extending arm, and as the siren sounds, it's another 5-pointer for the Wild Knights.
Yeah, good build-up play. Vince Arso again, so close to the try line himself, but retains the ball. Gives them another opportunity to attack this Shining Arcs defense, and Fukui, nice little footwork, getting in between the defenders and just reaching out and slamming that ball over the line, which gives this man Matsuda an opportunity to notch up the 50 if this kick's successful.
He's been brilliant today, Fukui. And it's been a brilliant performance from the Wild Knights. Handshakes all round. And this Matsuda, who has controlled the game like a puppet master. Looking to raise the bat for the Wild Knights and notch up 50. Strikes it nicely, but the flags stay down. That'll be full time. Comprehensive performance from the Wild Knights. They beat the Shining Arcs 48 points to 5.
Yeah, clinical performance from the Panasonic Wild Knights. Set piece time. Matsuda really steered them in the right direction throughout the afternoon, put them in good territory. That driving maul was so strong, so potent this afternoon, and plenty to work on for the Shining Arcs. Just giving up too many easy turnovers, not able to build enough pressure on this Wild Knights side.
So that's 7 tries to 1. The Panasonic Wild Knights, comprehensive winners here in Tokyo. They beat the Shining Arcs 48 points to 5.